Hey, hey, y'all. It's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. We had a little bit of a dilemma, but that is all right. I switched cameras real quick because I always have a backup, y'all. You never know when you're going to need it. So come on in and let me know you're here. Say hey. I'm just pulling y'all up, making sure I get comments. While everybody who's coming in, I want to thank Kelly and Patricia for doing this amazing marathon again. Um, they do such a fantastic job of putting these together. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Today we are going to use the Unique in the Creek ring board with these adorable bunnies. It is pink and purple. It's hard to tell. It looks blue on the screen, but it is pink and purple with these amazing little flocked pom-poms. Some greenery. And if you know me, you know I always love to add a little pop of black. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I may or may not add these adorable butterflies. We will have to see once we get to that point. So let me bring you down so that we can get started. Hello, everybody coming in. If you would float my boat, I would appreciate it. Give me just a second to adjust this camera so you can see. I am not on my Mevo right now, so I am adjusting, which is what we all do. We all have a plan B, right? Where's your hat? What hat am I supposed to have on? Am I supposed to have a hat? So I am using a Unique in the Creek ring board, and I love using these, y'all. And one of the things I love about using them is you can actually write on your board. So if you can see where I've written on my board, so I know exactly where my bunnies are going to go because I wrote a B and a B for bunny. I know exactly where my pom-pom picks are going to go because I got a little squiggly. I know where I'm going to put 3 and 2 of these green bushes because I wrote it on my board, y'all. It's awesome. So I am going to, I do normally have a hat on, but I decided I would shower and do my hair for y'all because y'all special. Anyway, these are just boxwood greeneries I found on Amazon. So I'm going to grab my little needle nose pliers. I know the bunnies are adorable. These came from Craft Outlet. And what I did to prep those is once I knew where I was putting them on my board, I took my awl and I put a hole into the bunny. So he has a little ouchie, but they're not foam, which shocked me. So it is actually just plastic, but I just added the hot glue stuck in my pipe cleaners and then added a little bit more glue so they are not going anywhere. So that is how I prep the bunnies. This greenery comes in a bush. Hello, hello. Just like this. So all I did was just pick them apart, cut them off, and I'm going to add them individually throughout this design. And these pom-poms came, and there were 6 or 7, just like this, and I cut them up. Okay? One of the things I do is a lot of times when you pull these picks apart, sometimes they want to come apart at the base. So all I do is take another zip tie and I just run it around. Now it's all going to be zip tied in together, but it's just an added precaution I like to do. So they are zip tied together again, and then ready to be zip tied right to the board. Okay, so give me a thumbs up if you have never made a Unique in a Creek wreath. First time watching, welcome, welcome, welcome. I know, aren't these marathons amazing? But we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to show you how to load the board. I use zip ties. And on this board, all I do is you're going to take your zip tie, put the flat end to the ceiling. You've never used one, you're going to use one after this because I'm going to get you hooked, girlfriend. And we're just going to go down one hole, right up the next. And for this one, we're going to go ahead and zip that. Okay. Same thing. And then we're going to go back in to that middle hole and zip it again. First time watching, I got some new friends. I'm so excited. Okay, so that's how we generally load the board. You can use pipe cleaners if you want. On this type of design, I just love using the zip ties. So now we're going to whip this out. So what I'm doing is I am finding the top and the bottom. Now I know my bunnies are going to go here and here because I wrote it on my board. So we're going to start right here and work our way this way. So I'm grabbing, actually we're going to start from this way because we're going to go that way. Let's do that. So we're going to start with 3. So I'm just putting 3 of these boxwoods together. And we're just going to zip tie them in, y'all. Okay, so we've got 3 and 2. And y'all, I still started the wrong way. I don't know what I want to do. We're just going to keep going. 3, and I know we're going to do 2 here because where are my clippers? We're going to start that over. How am I doing this? Y'all, even sometimes we lose track of what we're trying to do. But that's all right. And we're going to put 2. So we're going this way. We're going the right way now. Okay, now I know I'm putting a little flocked ball right here. So we're going to do 3 and a flocked ball. Just like this. Stick all of that right in there. And look at that color coming to pop. Go pop that color. Hello, everybody. And we're going to do 2. Y'all, it is cold and rainy here in South Texas. And we're just going to take our zip tie gun and cut those off. I should have done it here as well. Let's do that real quick because it's easier to do it this way than to go back and fight under all of that greenery to try to get these zip ties off. Okay, so just like that. You're from Southern California. I'm going to turn on my phone so I can read these comments easier. There we go. Now I can see all my friends. All right, we're going to go 2. This is your first time watching. Well, welcome. I am Michelle for Monkeys Creations. And I just love working with these boards. Today it doesn't seem like spring, but spring is right around the corner. Hello, hello, everybody. All right, so we're doing 3. Now these boxwoods I just got from Amazon, y'all. And they're so easy to work with. I work a lot with the ones that have the flowers on them as well. Okay, we're going to do 2, and we're also going to do some balls. And let's do some pink. So are y'all enjoying the marathon? What a great way to spend your weekend, right? Especially if it's cold and rainy. You can just curl up on the couch, grab you a blankie, and watch all of these amazing designers. Charlotte from Country Butterfly Creations is on right after me, and y'all are gonna love her. She is part of the she's a designer in the VIP group that I am in as well. So I get to see her a couple times a month in the group, and she's just awesome, y'all. New people and new designers, yes. This community is really big, and you'd never know all of the designers until you get these marathons going. And you're like, well, how did I never see her? Or him. Your laundry gets in the way, girl. Wait until Monday. That laundry will still be there, girlfriend. All right, we've got 3, and we're going to put some more balls. And the balls came from Craft Outlet. And we're going to do these. Look at this fresh green, y'all. It's going to play really nice with all this other greenery in here. Okay, now our bunny is going to go right here as well. We're not going to put him in yet, but I'm going to show you what I'm going to do so it will remind me. Who has me up on the big screen? Oh, Lord. So I'm going to take a pipe cleaner, and I'm going to mark where my bunny is supposed to go. So it'll hang right out here where I can see it. So even though I've marked it on my board, once I cover it up with this greenery, I'm not going to be able to see it, right? So look how easy that is. Just put you a pipe cleaner, an eyesore, so that you know exactly where your bunny's going to go. Is this going to fit between 2 doors? I will have to check once it's all put together, because y'all, we got a couple bows we're going to put on this baby. So remind me at the end to check. And if you have never used a Unique in the Creek board, y'all, I've got some amazing kits on my website, monkeyscreations.com, and it comes with everything to make these wreaths. I've even got some new kits that I just loaded this weekend on my website. So they are going to be fun. So we're going to do 3. One, 2, 3. So what is one tip or trick y'all have learned during this marathon? What have you learned? What are you going to do? What has inspired you? With the various boards, I love doing different things on these boards. You really can do just about anything with them. How long have I been crafting? Y'all, and me and my mom, I just came back from Tennessee. I spent a few days with my mom. And we went out, I took her out to eat with one of her friends. And, you know, we were talking because I didn't grow up crafting, creating. I grew up working. I had a full-time job at 14 and going to school. This is where my other bunny is going. So I've marked it. So it's just, you know, I pretty much retired from nursing. And I was bored, y'all. My kids were in school. I was here all day. Like, literally, you could eat off my floors. Like, I couldn't clean anymore. And so I came across this, alive, somebody was making a wreath, and I was like, that looks interesting. And I tried a couple other things, and I just kept coming back to the wreathing, and I was like, okay, yeah, I can do this. And then the more I tried, the more I was like, no, I can't. But I didn't give up. So I've really only been doing this. This is my 5th year. So my 5th year doing these types of things, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. When their craft rooms are made, yes, y'all. I make enough room where you can see my table. But what you see beyond my mat, y'all don't want to see. We are putting another ball. So we're going to go back to the yellow. And we will adjust all of these once I get everything on. And have too many projects going at one time? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you don't want to keep working on a project if you're frustrated either, right? Because this is supposed to be fun. No need to get frustrated. Walk away. Come back to it another day. Work on something else. And come back to it when you're nice and calm. And I guarantee if you do that, you come back to the project, you're like, bingo, I know what I want to do with it now, right? So don't get frustrated. Hello, hello, everybody. Thanks for floating my boat. I appreciate it. I know, aren't these balls fun? Fun and whimsical and springy. All the things. You do wreaths on your dining room table? That's how I started. And then when one kid moved out, I took over the room so they can't move back in. Right? So when the kids move out, just take over that room really quick. And there's no other room for them to come back to. So that's what I did. I took it over. and put my table up and claimed my room. Look, I ain't dumb. Exactly. No need to get frustrated, y'all. No need. Okay, we're doing 2. And we're gonna do balls. So I'm trying to slow down, y'all. Because if you watch me on a regular basis, you know I go 100 miles an hour. But I have an hour and a half, y'all. So we can sit here and chit-chat, have some fun. Right, Laura? Lord. Now, if you have missed any of the lives, you can go to Creative. Hold on, I wrote it down because I didn't want to forget. Crafty Creative Circle. And you can find all the lives from yesterday if you missed it. And then the rest of the marathon. So jump on over and join that. Not right now. Don't leave me until I'm done. But after I'm done, jump over and join that page. Well, welcome, Berna. Thanks, Lisa. You love working with the boards, Marlene? I do too. They're so fun. This is not a kit, but I do have some amazing kits on my website. That comes with everything you need to put some of these wreaths together. I do have a couple all flower kits. I've got an eagle rail. So if you've never worked with a rail, they are amazing. And I've got another Easter kit on the rail. So I love putting kits together. And I love doing the flower centers, y'all. So if you make your sunflowers, any kind of flower that you need a center for, I have tons on my website. Yes, this is a zip tie gun. So it tightens and cuts your zip ties all at once. Let me see if I have another board here. I usually keep a board here to show y'all the zip tie gun if you've never used one. So you just take your zip tie I was going to zoom in, but I have to remember I'm not on my Mevo. Tighten it. Feed that zip tie right through in between those teeth. Just like that. And it will tighten and cut it all at once. That easy. How many boxwood bushes do you need? You need 8. Or no, I'm sorry, you need 16. Because essentially I am using 1 bush per set. Because I'm doing 3 and 2, 2 and 3. So you need 16. need 3. That mesh, is it 2 in a zip tie? Are you talking the board I just had up? I was putting something else together. So I think there are 2 curls in each of those zip ties. I was playing. The greenery did come from Amazon. Now I get mine. Now I realize it's just the company that ships them, but it's called Turn Me On. All one word, and I can't say it again. Bush, if you put that in the search bar, Turn Me On flowers, all this will come up. I can't say it again. So we've got 3. Did you do fabulous on your test the other day? I hope so. I have yet to get my results. But I was looking cute in that gown, wasn't I? So I'm going up under and filling in these last. Got one stuck under there. Let's get it out. There we go. Where's that coming from? Oh, it's from the other one. Hold on, let me pull this one out. There we go. I did not come live yesterday. I was focused, y'all. I was laser focused on what needed to be done. And to get ready for today. Okay, we've got 2 and R. What color do we need? Actually, we're not putting balls there. I do not believe. Because we have another bow going up here at the top. So we can add more if we need to. I know I didn't do the Friday dance. Here's Lori Franklin in the house. All right, so that's what we have so far. So we are going to attach our bunnies. Remember, right here where I put the pipe cleaners is where you think we need a happy dance today. Is where we're going to put the adorable bunnies. So our purple is going to sit right in there. So y'all, I'm going to have to take my glasses off. Pull that zip tie out. or pipe cleaner. Oh my God, look how cute that is gonna be, y'all. So I'm just snugging it right down, just like that. And we're gonna tighten that pipe cleaner. And then we will just cut it down just a little bit and feed it into the hole. That way there's nothing to scratch your customer's door, right? Still nice and smooth. But look at how cute. You're making a carrot? Awesome. Okay, now our other little bunny is gonna sit right in there. Oh my gosh. Y'all, I get excited when a plan comes together. Do y'all? Do you start doing the little jig? You're like, oh my God. A lot of times you will see me run it to the edge of my table. That way the pipe cleaner goes right through and allows me to catch it a little bit easier. Okay, let me just flip it over. Do that same thing. Feed it down. So we have our bunnies sitting purty. Hey, hey. Now we're just gonna have to see. I'm gonna try to bring some greenery up and around. But I may just add just a little bit of glue to hold those two bunnies together, or add another pipe cleaner. We will see. Oh, you know what I may do? Hold on. Let me try something else. I'm going to try those lower two holes and see if he will sit better, or she will sit a little bit better. Yes. If you've ever watched me, you know I love to wing it, so I will do a design never having done it before live, which, you know, can sometimes be a downfall. There we go. Now they're sitting purty. All right, so we're going to make some bows. I'm going to make a small bow to go right in here. And then we're going to make a bigger one to go up here and kind of fill in the middle a little bit. And I'm trying to slow my roll. So let's make a couple of bows. So I love, love, love some herringbone. It just makes all of the colors pop. So let me see. Now down at the bottom by the bunnies, we're going to do a smaller bow. So I'm thinking, now we can still do, we can always cut down the tails, y'all. So I love me some tails. How did you get the pipe cleaners on the bunny? So the bunny is plastic, which I did not realize until I went to put the hole in. I thought it was foam. But I just took my awl and just put a hole into that plastic and then put some hot glue. Do I have the other bunny? Did I bring it in here with me? Yes. So here's the yellow one I decided not to use. So I just literally took my awl and put a hole right through here, added some hot glue, and then put my pipe cleaner into it and added more hot glue across so I know it's not going to go anywhere. Okay? But I decided not to use the third bunny. Although it might, I don't know, y'all. I think it would be adorable sitting right there at the top. But I just thought it was a little too much. So I decided not to use it. So let's make a bow. We're just going to make a small one for the bottom. Let me see, let me see. So I'm just guesstimating. No such thing as too much. Sometimes I would agree, for sure. Oh, I think that'll be cool. A little bit even here. Okay, we'll just take a pipe cleaner. Third bunny would be cute, I know. We'll have to see. All right, so we've got just a little one loop on each side bow. Let's just kind of trim that down a little bit. Okay, so that one will go at the bottom. And then we're going to make a bigger one for the top. So the yellow bunny pops? Absolutely. Oh, I definitely have enough time to add the third. We'll see. Once I get my bows and everything else done, we'll see. So who knows my signature bow recipe? The bunnies came from Craft Outlet. Dana, be nice. So I love, generally my formula for making bows is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Easy to remember. So we have 6-inch, 5-inch, 4-inch, 3 loops, 2 loops, 1 loop. Okay, so we're going to do 3 at 6 inches. All expense vacation to Texas. Dana is my resident stalker, so she knows all things about me. Okay, so we've got our 3 loops on each side. So we're going to do 2, and I am using the same ribbon. So we're going to 5. It's just easy. It's easy to remember, and you can do, 3 ribbons, 2 ribbons, all the same ribbon with that same formula. You can mix it with the 2.5 and the 1.5, all 1.5. It's just an easy recipe to remember. So if you have problems making bows, just get good at making one type of bow. Just one. Do it over and over and over and over, and then branch out and be an expert on making another type of bow. Right. Pull it off. Here's the trick, is getting it all off without it falling and trying to make sure your stack is nice and stacked, because that way it's easier to fluff. This is your first time watching. Well, welcome, Tammy. Get that out of the way, and let's get this bow fluffed. So I always fluff from the back to the front, just how I do it. And then we'll fluff it a little bit more once I get it on the board. Keeping the stack in order, yeah, that, keeping that stack straight just ensures that it's easier to do this part. Fluffing that bow is just so much easier if you can keep that stack straight. All right, so there's our bow, and we will perfect it once we get it on the board. So we're going to have this one sitting right here and coming down. So that's why I didn't put balls here, because we can always add to it once we get our bow on. But I don't want my bow covering up these gorgeous balls, right? You're just covering up money. So I'm just finding the 2 holes. Okay, just feeding it right down through 2 holes, just like that. All right, now we can get these loops where we want them. Hold on, we've got a 3rd one hiding. Where's it at? Come back over here. Just moving some greenery. And we can bring the greenery into the bow so it looks like it's a part of it. Okay, so I like my 3 at the bottom, and then I like my next 2 sitting right in between those 3, and then my 1 sitting right in between those 2. Did I place the bow? I just placed it in the middle of the balls. So if you're looking, it's kind of to, if you're looking at the board, it's kind of to the right of your middle. Who's winning? Who's winning? Don't be afraid to manhandle that bow, y'all. If you've got that center nice and tight, it should not move anywhere. Should not is always the optimum word there. All right, so we're just gonna, I'm just gonna do these at a slant. do our nice little curls. I love me some curls, y'all. And then just let them hang a little bit. Y'all, I'm forever, do y'all forever like play with your bows? I just can't. You think I need to add the yellow bunny? Lord. All right, this one is gonna go right here. I'm thinking right in between the two bunnies. Kind of snugging that right in there. Actually, I think I'm going to try to go up one more set. Do you love it? There we go. Let's see what that looks like. So I'm going to go, I'm thinking right actually up under his bootay. Just a little bit. Actually, I'm not. I'm going to do that. Just play with it till you're happy, y'all. All right, so let's move kind of our balls around, and we can pretty much put them and move them anywhere. They are all wired. So if you can see, I'm kind of doing large, big, or large, small, big, large, like kind of opposite each other. The yellow bunny, y'all. Y'all killing me. Y'all killing me. I'm trying to find the board. That actually does look really cute in there, y'all. Gosh darn it, I didn't bring my awl in here though. Y'all want to give me 2 seconds? I don't even have my glue gun turned on, y'all. But I will show you how I do it. Let's see. So he will sit right in there. So I'm going to take and poke a hole through here. Okay, now it's plastic and not foam. So you have to use just a little muscle and poke it right. Y'all, that looked really, really bad. And then I would put glue and then run the pipe cleaner right through into the